Hey guys, welcome back to her dose of Convos, and I am your host Michelle, and this is our second episode, and I am super excited that I'm back on here, and hopefully I have many to come. I was supposed to pre-record, but that did not happen. Don't kill me. I just had a very long week and stressful week, and I could not continue to post or anything. I just couldn't. I wasn't gonna sit here and push myself to do something. This is a hobby. I enjoy doing this, and I want to enjoy every second I do it. So as far as scheduling, I will be posting on Saturdays, and I will be recording and posting on Saturdays, and this is going to be as raw as can be. I will not edit it. I probably put some little music on it, but that's it. I'm not gonna sit here and edit a whole video. I want this to be as raw as can be. That is my aim for this podcast. But as for today, I will be talking about a perfect partner. I want you guys to comment what is your perfect partner down below, but I do have a very strong opinion about that. I mean, I feel I don't think we ever find the perfect person, you know what I mean? You will find a perfect partner because obviously you'll find someone that will complement your faults, your not so good traits. They will complement that, you know what I mean? I feel so in that aspect you will find a perfect partner, but you won't find a perfect person that checks every single box in your list, your ideal person list, right? I feel we sit here and we talk about this list and we're oh, this person has to have this and this and that. They have to make this amount of money. They have to drive this car. They have to drive a car. They have to have their own apartment. Are we ever gonna find someone that has everything we have on that list? I don't think so. In my opinion, right? You can prove me wrong, but you can really think about it. I don't think you're ever in the time that I dated, right? Previous to my marriage, I feel I never found someone where I truly could say that I completely was yeah, he is perfect. He has everything I want, right? No, I don't think so. Even with my husband, when I was dating him, there was a couple times where I'm hey, ew, why am I gonna talk to this man? He doesn't have everything I want, but he had a couple things I liked about him. And then as time progressed, those things I didn't like, I started to really cherish and to grow to love, you know what I mean? I feel in that aspect, you will find someone that compliments you and that you think is perfect because they compliment you, but not a fully perfect person where you can say that they check off all your boxes, right? I don't think you'll ever find that. But I mean, if you found that, I will literally give you $5. Bless you. At least when I remember when I was dating my husband, he did a couple things that really got under my skin. And as we got into a relationship, it started to change, obviously, because it's different when you're just talking to someone and then you're dating someone, because then now you're saying, okay, this is kind of getting serious, let me buckle down and chill out, and I'll start showing my true self. So it really changed with us, and he really complimented me, and I feel he's my best friend, because we legit are the same person, but just he's a man and I'm a woman. That's literally the difference, and I love that because we have almost the same mentality, and I pretty much enjoy that. But we do clash. That's the bad thing. We do clash because of that. But like I said, you can never find a perfect partner like that. You can't find a perfect person, you know what I mean? But he's my perfect partner, but he is not a perfect person, and I am not a perfect person, right? So that's why we clash. Ding. So yeah, I think that's a whole thing, but I mean, everybody has a different opinion, and like I said, this is just my opinion. I love to talk about different things, and that's just my view of things, you know what I mean? And also when you go into a relationship, it's kind of hard because you do go with expectations of having this person check all those boxes, that it comes to a point where you feel kind of this man is not everything I wanted him to be. You know what I mean? And then that's where your toxic traits come out, and you're just no, I want you to change. I don't want you to act this way. I want you to do this, and you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to make this amount of money. you can't sit here and change someone. You know what I mean? As they always say, especially for those narcissistic like relationships, like you can't change them to be a good person. You can't change them to be your perfect person. Like, one, it'll be being fake to themselves, and two, it's not fair to them as people. You know what I mean? Like, especially, they're narcissists. Like, you guys can go like crawl under a rock or something. Like, you guys are trash people. But like normal good men, like, or good women, like, it's unfair to them to sit here and like try to please the other person, but they're not pleasing you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna sit here and like make someone change and be perfect for you, but you're not even checking all their boxes off. But they're not sitting here and telling you to change. You know what I mean? It's not fair in all the aspects of everything, because like, this is a person you chose to date, right? So it's just like, why are you gonna sit here and change everything about them because you're dating now? But it's just like, then they're gonna be fake about it. Then you're gonna get upset eventually because you know it's not them. So it's like, you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together, because, you know, if they want to change, they will change, right? I feel like when it's something that's affecting your relationship, obviously have a conversation about it and, you know, talk about change. But right, depending on the situation, right? The person is the one causing the toxicity or the situation in the relationship, then of course ask for change. But here comes the big buts, right? It's if they want to. It's if they want to change. It's not because, you know, Michelle said, I need to change this, I'm going to change it. No, it's if I want to change, I will change. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what people don't understand. And I feel like you push and push and push at people, and that's where arguments start, and that's where, like, you know, you start separating away from each other more. It's because, like, you're sitting here and like asking for something that I'm not ready to change, or I don't want to change, and it's not fair for me because you're not perfect either. You know, there's things I am not fond about, but I am very like okay with you not being perfect. You know what I mean? Like, people need to get that in their head. Like, if a person wants to change, they will change. If they don't want to change, sis, they're gonna continue being that same crazy person that they are. Like, that's just it. Like, you can't sit here and like badger someone, because then they're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm over this. Like, I'm just gonna move along and go to someone that actually accepts me for me, and that's it. Like, it's that simple. Like, there will be someone else that accepts that person. And just because you went in with the expectations that you can change someone, because there are girls that say that, like, I'm gonna get in a relationship and I'm gonna change this man, and I know I can change him. Like, sometimes you're just bound to get hurt when you go in a relationship with that mentality. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if the glass girl couldn't change him, what makes you think you're gonna change him? If his mom can't change him, what makes you think that you can't change him? You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard thing, especially when you love someone and you have all this care for them. But, you know, in order for them to change, they have to want to change. They're gonna have to want to go through that. You know what I mean? But it's like I said, it's everybody's opinion. You know, there are people that will change for their partner, just to make their partner feel better for a couple weeks, or make them feel better in the moment. But truthfully, under all that, like, it's just a facade. You know what I mean? So it's like, you really gotta open your eyes and really think about it. Like, is this person gonna change? Is this relationship worth it if they don't change? Because you really gotta think about it. If you're so caught up on someone changing, like, should you be in that relationship? Should you be in that relationship? Like I said, sometimes people want people to change the simplest things, but still, like, that simplest thing is that person's individuality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are partners, but you're not one. You are two separate people. You know what I mean? Two separate people with two separate different personalities, two separate mentalities. And, like, it's not fair. But, you know, to each their own. That's just my personal opinion, right? Also, I feel like when that happens and you're like, oh yeah, you know, I want you to change, but you're not changing, so I'm just gonna, you know, let's take a break and see when we come back, like what's gonna happen, right? I personally don't believe in breaks. I don't believe in breaks. I don't believe that breaks help, especially the short-term ones. I feel like it's just kind of like a Band-Aid that you put on a wound, you know what I mean? Like, you'll have all these issues, you'll sit here and have all these issues, right? But then at the end of the day, when you come back after that short-term separation, like, it's gonna be the same crap. It's gonna be the same crap, just a different moment, you know what I mean? Like I said, the person needs to really want to change in order for them to come back into this relationship and change everything, and change whatever, like, toxic traits they have, whatever ugly traits they have. Like, they have to come and want it, and actually physically want to be in this relationship, and physically want to believe, you know what, I am going to change it, I'm going to do it, in order for a break to work, you know what I mean? Because, again, also, you could take a break, you take the break, and then what? You come back 2 weeks later, you act like you have changed, and then down the line, like a week later, like, you're back to your same habits. Like, how is that normal? I mean, to me, that's a little toxic, you know what I mean? That's just toxic in you thinking that they're going to change, and then toxic from his part or her part that you're giving them what they want, so you guys are not separated anymore, but you're still going to continue doing the crap that you're doing. Is that fair? No. Do you care? No. Like, it's like some people just truthfully don't give a fuck sometimes. So, like, they'll just continue to do their shit, and, like, you'll continue to badger that person about change, and it's just like, it makes no sense. Like, it's something where you have to sit back and you have to really think about it and be like, okay, look, am I gonna walk away from this relationship? Yes or no? Is this something I want to continue to deal with? Yes or no? You know what I mean? You just have to really talk to yourself tough in order to move along. Because sometimes you have to walk away from these people, because sometimes they're not going to change, my friends. Like, there's things where you can't just continue taking. You know what I mean? You can't sit here and just continue to take it. But, I mean, everybody makes their decision at the end of the day, and you have to see where it goes. I mean, if you want to continue in that cycle, continue in that cycle. If you want to move along, maybe you'll find someone else down the line that checks all your, like, not all of your boxes, because, like I said, I don't believe in everybody checking all your boxes, right? But at least you'll find someone that will check 9 out of the 10 boxes that you have down the line. Maybe it's not your moment. It's not your moment to shine. And maybe it's not your moment to be with that person. And like I said, I feel like breaks sometimes do work, because I known people who've taken like a year or 2-3 year break and then come back and they are stronger than ever. Okay, like, I feel like sometimes breaks are necessary, because some people either get together young and they haven't lived their lives outside of their relationships, and then they haven't experienced things outside of their relationships. So those are very important keys for me, at least, like, to live your life in that span of time, because sometimes it's hard to go in a relationship and you're with someone for so long that then you're like, oh, but I want to do this and I want to do that, but now you're with someone that you've been with long term, you know what I mean? Or you sit here and you guys take a break and you guys go through all that, right? Like, you go and you live your life for 2-3 years, and then eventually you'll come back to each other, and, like, you guys will be stronger than ever, and you will be, like, laughing at all the toxicity you had in your previous relationship, you know, obviously with that same person. But sorry guys, but you just really gotta think about it. You gotta think about it hard, and think about what is gonna be beneficial for your relationship at the end of the day. Nobody else's, just yours. Think about it, and, you know, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you gotta do what is best for you. So yeah, also, like, it's kind of hard when you are going through a situation like that, because your friends have a lot to say in it, your family has a lot to say in it, and it's just like, then it starts like literally fucking with your mental. Like, you're sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, like, he's so toxic, he's so this. And I can be one. Like, I used to, and I have changed a lot since I've gotten married, and I, like, understand a lot more. And I used to be very toxic to my friends, especially the ones that were married, because obviously, like, I didn't understand. And now like I said, karma's a bitch. Now I have ate my own shit. Like, all the shit I would talk, I ate that. I ate it. But now that I've learned, now I understand. So it's like, it's hard to go through a situation and not have any type of support. And I apologize to my friend, my best friend, and my friends, and everybody else that I talk shit to. But like I said, it's just like, it's hard, right? And all there always be like all these opinions and all these things, and it's hard when the person is biased. You know, when you're talking to your best friend, obviously it'll always be biased because they're there for you, not for the other person. So, you know, it is what it is, and I apologize for whatever I have said in my previous life. You know, it's just hard when you don't know anything about marriage and you're just talking at your ass. But, you know, it is what it is, and that's just it. Also, I actually was watching, I don't know what I was watching. I think I was watching a TikTok. And basically, this guy was talking. It was another podcaster. They're like British podcasters. I don't know what they are. But point is that they were talking about if men should have friends of the opposite sex. And she gave a hardcore no. But I feel like, in my opinion, right, I don't feel like it's an issue to have, like, my husband to have, like, friends that are girls, right? I don't have an issue with that. I feel like at the end of the day, your spouse or your partner, your significant other, is the one that owes you respect. I owe my husband respect. You owe your boyfriend respect. You owe your girlfriend respect. Like, that's just how it is, right? If you're gonna sit here and be a grimy ass mother effer, right, that's on you. Everything will forever come to light. Like, you cannot hide anything for too long, you know what I mean, before someone finds out. Like, and someone tells your spouse, your partner, your significant other, like, someone will find out and they will come tell her. Like, it's that simple. Like, so it's like, I don't feel like I should sit here and filter I should filter who he talks to, or I should be toxic and be like, don't talk to her because she's a girl, or don't have her as a friend because she's a girl. Like, no. At the end of the day, you do you. You're your own individual person. You have your own individual friends. You've had them previous to me. So all I ask for is respect. You know what I mean? Don't do some stingy shit, and always keep me in mind and be like, okay, will I want my wife to do the same shit to me? You know what I mean? Because I feel like I can have guy friends. Do I have any guy friends? I have a couple. But do I go out with them? No, not so much. And neither does my husband. He has a lot of friends that are girls. He doesn't go out with them. But, you know, every now and then they'll give him a call. And they'll talk and conversate about their lives, obviously. Because that's what a normal person does. You catch up with people. And obviously I have my male friends that do the same thing. But like I said, always with that initial respect. I will never sit here and reminisce on old times with someone that maybe we had, you know, back then. Or about intimate moments I had with a friend. Like, never will I ever do that. Especially like during or in the time of my relationship. Because one, I owe my husband respect. And two, like, I would not want that being done to myself. And that's one thing, right? Because I have noticed, right? And I was listening to another podcast, because this is fucking true. The men, and it's always like the people doing the shit. And like I said, it's not always men, it's women as well. The men and the women that are like super hypocritical about having like guy or girlfriends, right? Are the ones that are doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're sitting here and they're probably talking to these dudes and these girls or whatever they are, and they're reminiscing on old times, probably hanging out behind their people, like behind their significant other's back. And it's just like, you wouldn't want that shit done to you, so why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's such an annoying thing, because it's like, why are you telling me what to do? Why are you telling me who to talk to, but you sit here and you're talking to people like that? Like, karma's a bitch. Like I keep saying, karma is a bitch, and it will bite you in the ass. Everything comes to light, and that's it. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. You can't sit here and filter anything, because one, they'll do it behind your back. Two, like, I'd rather hear him talk on the phone than him hide and talk on the phone. You know what I mean? Because you just have to have respect for your significant other. It's not that hard. Now, if you're just a grimy ass person, then obviously you're not going to be able to. But you just have to have some type of respect if you're in a relationship. But not everybody can follow the same thing. Not everybody can be as loyal as I. Not everybody can be as, like, you know, respectful. Like, there's people that literally are in relationships to not be alone and to literally, like, just be with someone, not because they love them or because they want to be with them. It's because they don't want to feel alone. And that's sad. Like, you're supposed to be with someone because you love them and you respect them, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. But that is where I'm gonna wrap up, because I have hit 20 minutes and I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes. So yeah, this was my second episode. I hope you guys go follow me on Spotify and subscribe to me on this channel. I love you guys, and I hope you guys keep watching and you subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, please. I really want this to grow, and I will keep you guys on the loop. And I hope I, like, literally record another one, but we shall see, and I will see you next Saturday. So bye.